Good morning. Today I am going to talk about human female pelvis. It is in human pelvis. It is an articulated with one another. It is made up of the following bones: right innominate bone, left innominate bone, sacrum, and the coccyx. These bones are articulated one in another by the following joints. Anteriorly, the joint between the two pubic bones is known as the symphysis pubis. The joint between the sacrum and the ilium is known as a sacroiliac joint. The joint between the sacrum and the coccyx is known as a sacrococcygeal joint. It is a weak joint. Now we will discuss the other parts of the pelvis. This is known as the ilium. This is ischium and this is pubis. Now the ilium consists of the following parts: ilium crust, iliac fossa, anterior superior iliac spine, anterior inferior iliac spine, left anterior superior iliac spine, left anterior inferior iliac spine, superior iliac spine, posterior inferior iliac spine, right posterior superior iliac spine, posterior inferior iliac spine. Ischium. It is the acetabulum. Ischium consists of acetabulum, foramen of obturator, and ischial tuberosity. Now comes the pubic symphysis. This is a symphysis and consists of superior symphysis, pubic symphysis, inferior pubic symphysis, and pubic symphysis rami. The pelvic brim divides the pelvis into false pelvis above and true pelvis below. True pelvis is having an obstetrical importance which we will discuss in detail. The true pelvis is arbitrarily divided into four planes. First one is a plane of inlet or aperture of the pelvis superior, which is same as the pelvic brim. Plane of greatest pelvic dimension, which will extend from the posterior surface of the symphysis pubis to the second and third sacral vertebrae and laterally by the pelvic wall. Second one is the plane of greatest pelvic dimension, which will extend from the middle part of the posterior symphysis pubis to the second or third sacral vertebrae and laterally by the pelvic wall. Third one is the plane of least pelvic dimension, which is extends from the inferior border of the symphysis pubis to the sacrococcygeal joint. Fourth one is the plane of outlet, consists of two triangles. In the anterior triangle is formed by the ischium pubis rami and the ischial tuberosity. The posterior triangle is formed by the two ischial tuberosity and the tip of the coccyx. These four planes are not parallel to one another because the anterior wall of that is symphysis pubis is much shorter than the posterior wall that is sacrum. Fold, the line of joining the center of the four planes, which is known as the axis of the pelvis, is not a straight line but the G-shape called as a curve of Carré. Now I will describe the essential diameters of the pelvis. The true pelvis is composed of inlet, cavity, and the outlet. The pelvic inlet or pelvic brim is bounded by the 9 landmarks, that is sacral promontory, ala of sacrum, sacroiliac joint, iliopectineal line, iliopectineal eminence, pectineal line, pubic tubercle, pubic crust, upper border of the symphysis pubis, and are seen in the corresponding sides. The diameters of the pelvic inlet are divided into three diameters: anterior-posterior diameter, transverse diameter, and oblique diameter. The anterior-posterior diameter is further divided into three diameters. First one is a true conjugate, that is extends from the tip of the sacral promontory to the upper border of the symphysis pubis, that is 11 cm. Second one is the obstetric conjugate. It is the distance between the midpoint of the sacral promontory to the midpoint of the symphysis pubis. It is 10.5 cm. Third Third one is the diagonal conjugate. It extends from the tip of the sacral promontory to the lower border of the symphysis pubis. It is 12 centimeter. Next one is the transverse diameter. It is 13 centimeter. It is the distance between the two iliopectineal line. Now comes to the oblique diameter. There are two oblique diameters, right oblique diameter and the left oblique diameter. Next one is the transverse diameter. It is 13 centimeter. It is the distance between the two iliopectineal line. Left oblique diameter, that is 12 centimeter, is from the left sacroiliac joint to the right iliopectineal eminence. The pelvic cavity is bounded by anteriorly by the symphysis pubis, posteriorly by the sacrum and laterally by the pelvic brim. The first diameter of the pelvic cavity is anterior posterior diameter. It is 12 centimeter. It extends from the midpoint of the posterior symphysis to the second or third sacral vertebrae. Second diameter is the transverse diameter. It is 12 centimeter. It cannot be measured as the point lie over the soft tissues covering the sacrosciatic notches and obturator foramina. One is the transverse diameter. It is 12 centimeter. It cannot be precisely. Discuss about the pelvic outlet. There are two pelvic outlets. First one is the anatomical outlet and second one is the obstetrical outlet. The anatomical outlet is bounded by the lower border of the symphysis pubis, ischial tuberosities and tip of the coccyx. Bounded by the lower border of the symphysis pubis, ischial spines and the sacrum. The first diameter of the pelvic cavity is anatomical anterior posterior diameter. It is 11 centimeter. It extends from the tip of the coccyx to the tip of the lower border of the symphysis. The first diameter of the pelvic outlet is anatomical anterior posterior diameter. It is 11 centimeter from the tip of the coccyx to the lower border of the symphysis pubis. Second one is the obstetric anterior posterior diameter. It is 13 centimeter from the tip of the sacrum to the lower border of the symphysis pubis. Now comes to the transverse diameters. The first one is a bituberous diameter. It is 11 centimeter. It is the distance between the two ischial tuberosities. Second one is the bispinous diameter. It is 10.5 centimeter. It is the distance between the two ischial spines.